Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I'll be showing you how to install Xcode so you can develop iPhone applications, and also be explaining the iOS developer program and the different programs that are available, and also just the process that you undergo when making apps and how to set up your developer account. So firstly, to make iPhone apps you need to have a Mac. You can't make apps on a PC, however there's workarounds to that. For example, you could install Mac as a virtual machine, or you could install it as an operating system on your PC. But the easiest, most seamless and best way, especially if you're going to be serious about making an app, and that is to have Mac. So firstly, to install Xcode, the program used to make apps, you need to launch the Mac App Store, and Xcode is usually in the top 3 section at whichever place it is at the time, but if you can't find it, then just search it for it. So click on Xcode, and then you can download the program from here. So just click here to install it and go through the process. It's really simple to install it, but I already have it installed, so I'm able to show you. And then the program, it'll install a couple of things: dash code, instruments, Quartz Composer, and the actual program Xcode, which is like this. And in future tutorials I'll be showing how to use it. So let's take a quick look at the program. Centering random information. So this is essentially the program, and it seems quite simple at first, but it is quite hard to learn. But I'll be doing tutorials on how to learn that program. Okay, so firstly, to have an Apple developer account, it is free, and to use the Xcode program to make iPhone apps, it is free. However, to actually test the application on an actual physical device instead of the simulator, thus you get virtually, then you need to be part of the developer program, and also to actually distribute your app on the App Store, then you also need to have a developer account. So you can make the apps without an account, but you still need it. So it's $99 a year, and in the UK that's £60. And these are the 3 different developer programs. The developer program is the one you're going to want to go for. Is £60, and it's just the one for a company or individual developer to make apps and then distribute them on the App Store. Developer Enterprise program is for a person who's going to make an app for internal distribution, as you can see here, for use within a company, as in make an app that would be used by employees in your company or school, as it can be used for educational institutions. And the third one is the iOS Developer University program. So if you're starting app development at university, then you can go for that. And you can see the differences between the 3 programs here. You get pre-release versions of the iOS SDK, the developer program, and the enterprise program, which means you can download the beta versions of future iOS SDK versions before they come out officially, and you can get the developer program and the enterprise program, but not the university program. You can test them on iPad, iPhone, iPod Touch. So each of the programs supports all of that. You get technical support on code level, so from engineers, Apple engineers, and other members on the developer forums. You can get direct support from them. Ad hoc distribution, you can do that. Ad hoc distribution is basically where you make an app and you don't release it on the App Store, but you can send it to up to 100 iOS devices through a link. And then we'll go through the rest of them later on, but some of them pretty obvious. App Store distribution means, can you put it onto the App Store? With developer program you can, enterprise program you can't. The rest of them pretty obvious. Most of you are familiar with iAd. When you make an app and you usually make it free, you include adverts, so you can use Apple approved adverts and get paid by them. So these are the 3. developer programs. So you're gonna want to go for this one in most cases. So next, there's basically 3 stages to making an app. So the first one is development, and with the developer program, you get Xcode, the actual program for making the apps. You get the iOS simulator, which is a virtual iPhone or iPad, which you get on your screen so you can virtually test your app. You get instruments, which can be used to see the performance data on the device, so you can see whether your program has intensive processor usage, or it's slowing the phone down, or it's laggy or buggy, and you can see whether it's stretching the RAM, processor, graphics on. You get the interface builder. So when you make an app, you can some of the features like the graphical interface, you can actually do that easily through drag and drop interface. In terms of resources and support, you get access to the Apple developer forums, so you can post threads in the forums and ask questions, and you get answers from other iOS developers and Apple engineers. Apple does have their own tutorials and documentation that you can study for help. They also have sample code that you can download and sort of dissect it to understand how it works. And similar for the coding examples, you could take some of the examples and implement it in your app. And again, learn how it works so that you can use that in your app, so you understand how these methods work. Next is testing. So you can test it in real time. So I'm talking about, to test it, you need a developer account. So if you're making a game, before you actually release it onto the App Store, you need to test it on a physical iPhone, so you can get it on your iPhone and test it. You also get technical support, where Apple engineers can provide you with quality assistance, as in the support is, say for example, there's a certain line in your code that's causing problems, they'll specifically tell you which line and how to fix that, so you can get really good assistance from Apple engineers. Next is to distribute it, and I'll be doing a future video on distributing the app. So you need to go to developer.apple.com/program/start/standard and to buy the developer program, and this is where you register for the standard developer program. That's £60. There's no UK version of the developer account, so don't waste time looking for it, just pay it on this website. And once you do register, you get access to the resources section, where you can just look at some tools and tutorials and documentation that Apple themselves have made. And then I recommend reading this. It just tells you, once you have registered your account, what to do and where to get started. And that's essentially it for this video. Subscribe, comment and like. The future videos are going to be showing how to make iPhone apps using Xcode. One thing you should note though is that you will need to have some form of experience with the programming language Objective-C. That's the programming language used by Mac OS X as well as the iPhone iOS. So you need to have some experience with that to be able to do this. You can still make apps with it, like as in you can just follow the code that I'm doing, but you would be a great advantage if you did know Objective-C, as you would understand it better. So again, comment if you have any questions or feedback. Subscribe for more videos, like the video if you enjoyed it, and look forward to more videos.